Morning everybody, Joanna here again. So this morning we're gonna do that flowing dress that I posted on Facebook yesterday afternoon. So it's really easy. Really, it's like it could be a wrap dress, but I'm gonna do a mock wrap because I don't have enough fabric, and it might take at least 5 to 6 yards to make the wrap, but 4 yards to make the mock wrap dress. Okay, so what I did, if you all remember when I did the long sweeping halter back dress, you could check back that video on YouTube. What I did is just take the 3 yards of fabric and I just folded it over in half, and I just made one seam, one little seam, and then you all remember that I took my basting stitch and I made the gathers. I just pulled the thread and I gathered the waist the way I want it to be. If you look back at that dress, you'll see how I did it. And then I just took a piece of elastic because it's non-stretch, but I'm not going to use any zipper. And we have our elastic. You're going to gather this elastic is for my waist, okay, the width of my waist when it's not stretched out, okay? So you're not going to pull your elastic, you're just going to make sure it's the same width as the waistline here. And then when you pull it over, everything is just going to come back into one. Okay, so that's that for the one. So what I did was I got my non-stretch shirt and I had cut out, just trace the outline of my non-stretch shirt, and this is going to be the back. Okay, and for the front of it, what you're gonna do is there's a reason why I kept this. This is the wrong side, and I should have marked it with chalk, which I'm gonna do now. That's to make sure that I don't cut on the wrong side of my fabric. I'm gonna search for the wrong side. This is the right side. Okay, so what I usually do, I use a different color chalk to what is on the fabric so that I never really cut the wrong side. I always cut the side that's supposed to be cut. Okay, so we're gonna do a mock wrap. So if you had noticed, I had already cut out the outline of my shirt, and I already have the where my shoulder is going to end around here. So what I'm going to do, this is one side, I'm just going to fold right to where I made that mark, right, because everything is going to be the same width. It's just that you're going to get this triangular cut off, right. And what you could do, you could put a pin here to ensure that it doesn't move. You could put a couple pins, but for me I could put one pin. Right, so this is one side of it, and what you do, you just simply cut it off. It's gonna be super easy, yeah? So you would just cut out 3 pieces of how I cut the back piece, open it out, and then you're gonna cut it off. So this is my right side. So now I'm gonna do my left side. Okay, so to do your left side, gonna take your time, see which side is your right side from your wrong side, and we're gonna take this piece that we had just cut off. Which way did we cut? Which way? Okay, doesn't need to. Okay. I'm just gonna cut just under the bust. So if you want to cut it off, you just flip this on the wrong side, because we need everything to line up. Okay. And then you fold it over. Now all I'm showing you is shortcuts, eh? That's all I'm showing you. You're still gonna get what you're looking for, okay? Okay, and when we just cut this off. So this is gonna be a wrap. It's gonna come out really, really nice. So that's this part. So then you can just discard this wrap. Okay? So now you'll have a left side that will go over and form one piece. Okay? So this is how it's gonna go, and then you have your back piece here. Right, so we're gonna put everything together in a little while. So I'm just gonna show you how I cut this out. Okay, so now let's do our sleeves because I want to save time. I'm just gonna do one sleeve. Okay, just do a panel as wide as your sleeve would be. Okay, and this is my non-stretch sleeve. So what I'm going to do is lay this here, lay that there. Need it wider. So that's my sleeve here basically. Because this sleeve and that sleeve here, I took the pattern from my non-stretch shirt. And you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Line it up. I'm just going to and I'll be back on the machine showing you how I put everything together. Okay, so I'm back. So what I did, I made my sleeves, and I'll show you the trick into serging. What I do to serge mine so neat without a serger. And I just made it's wide sleeves. It's the same width as you would the entire width of your armhole. So it's gonna be wide, and then we're gonna make it really, really cute, puffy, by taking the elastic, not stretching it, but just measuring the width of your wrist, and you make a snip. So this would snip in two, and this is what you're gonna push into your sleeves to get that puffy effect. Or if you want, you can make a band out of this, like how I showed you all how to make the broad band. Make a band out of it, and you put it just a little bit bigger so that your hand could go into it. Either way, it's gonna look cute. I'm just doing a short cut version of the dress. So this is your sleeves. I'm gonna show you how I made my serge so neat. So this is gonna go on to this. Okay, so what I did is I line up my shoulders and I stitched it, and I stitched just as you would any other top, just that I left the overlapping part open. Okay, so to get the lap that you want, you're just gonna stitch both of the front parts together. Right, you're just gonna run a stitch along there, make sure it's neat, but we still have to put a lining around it. So this is my width of lining. You could use a big lining or a smaller lining if you want. This is my lining here, but let me show you a trick into getting your using your normal machine to make a really cute serge so that everything looks neat. Okay, so you're gonna put edge of your fabric under your presser foot, and you're gonna pull the fabric in between the presser foot here. And actually when you put it on your zigzag stitch, the machine is gonna just roll everything in, so it's like a rolled surgeon stitch. Okay, so if you see how it's coming out nice and neat, it's just gonna roll everything together. And once you keep it on the line, it's not gonna go back off your straight stitch. It's just going to cover your straight stitch. And this is what I'm gonna do for the bottom of the dress. I'm not gonna do any roll hem. I'm just gonna do that same technique, and you're gonna see how neat this came out. So it's very, very neat. You look at it, and you turn it inside out, you're not gonna get any fraying with this. Okay, so other than just seaming serging the end, you do that roll serge kind of thing, and it's gonna look really, really, really neat. Okay, so I have my, you could call it edging if you want, but it's actually not edging. And you fold it on the right side, and all we're gonna do is start from one side of the back of your neck, give a little seam allowance, and we're just gonna do we can do that same roll hem stitch here. So we won't have to. So it's gonna start from the back of the neck. Make sure your edging is long enough to go right around. So I don't suggest that because it's long you cut it exact. It's not gonna make any sense. Okay, so you pull it through your presser foot and go through your presser foot, and you stitch all the way around. Okay. Notice we're doing this on the wrong side of your dress. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna go right down past the shoulders and just go right around. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here and continue, and when I get back I'm just gonna put in the sleeves, and we're gonna see how cute our dress is gonna come out. It's not gonna finish yet. I'm just gonna show you how I add the elastic onto the skirt rather. So give me a next few minutes again and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I did my sleeves and I inserted the elastic into the end of my sleeve, and what I did, I pushed my skirt on the right side and I flipped this on the wrong side. So I had already started, because I want to save some time, started adding my blouse onto my skirt. It's just like you would add on any blouse onto any type of skirt. The only difference here is that it's this type of skirt. Okay, and remember I showed you how we were going to add on the crisscross top in front. You just crisscross it and stitch over it. Just do a slight pull. Doesn't need to be any major pulling when you're doing this part. Just with a slight tug on your elastic. We're on the home stretch, and because this is a really big project, I didn't want it too long, so that's why you see I have to show you some parts and then stop some parts and then show you some parts and then stop some parts, so then we could run well into an hour. making the dress, but the dress itself is not a difficult dress to make. So it's not as difficult as other dresses, it just takes a bit longer to do. Because it's so many pieces onto the dress. You have your seams, and you have your edging, then you have your elastic to make, then you have your elastic to put on, and then you have your elastic to run through your sleeves. So it's gonna take you a little longer. Even the halter back dress that we did, because the halter back dress was an easy dress. This one is going to take you just a bit longer. Okay, and I think we're finished. We're done. We're done. So, it's just a pull your dress through and put it on and get glamorous. So when you see me again, I'm gonna get all glamorous for you. I always trim my edges while I sew, because I think it's easier to do it that way than when you finish sewing you have to look for all these edges. So my dress is basically always trimmed right through, just for me to do this magic stitch here that I told you all about. Turn it on, you make sure it's on the wrong side, of course. Pull it through your presser foot. Go right around the base of your dress basically, and it's going to give you a really nice hem. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so this is how my dress came out. What I did, I added an obi belt onto it of the same fabric, like 6 inches wide, and then I just wrapped it up. It's like 4 yards long. So this is your sleeves, your really cool sleeves, and this is your dress. This is the back of the dress. And what I did, I made a slip for it, a simple slip. What I did, I just used my shirt that I use every week, and I folded my shirt and I just traced from under the arm right down, and I made it as long as I wanted it to, and I just stitched it together, and I got this cute tube slip. But the fabric is so thick you could wear it as a normal dress out, but fabulous. I just love this. Love. So Joanna saying to stay happy and sew up.